Good morning, Flosstube. Welcome to Justsewsherrie. I'm Justsewsherrie here on YouTube and also over on Instagram. Well, hello and welcome to today again, Saturday the 19th of July. That's where we are. God, that's like nearly August, isn't it? And then we might as well be in the autumn, and then it might as well be Christmas. What do you mean I live in tomorrow? I don't live in tomorrow. So, where are we? We are on the 19th of August. It is 5:45 in the morning, so I am nice and bright and early. I'll rephrase that. I am nice and early. So, yes, welcome. Welcome to, I still do this rabbits and headlight thing, don't I? Welcome to everybody who's been with me from the start. Welcome to anybody who's been scooped up and managed to stay with me along the way. And a huge welcome back if anybody's brand new and is newly subscribed. And also welcome to anybody who has just landed here for the first time. I hope you like what you see and stick around, subscribe, like, do all the things. Yes. So where are we? We are on a channel about cross stitch. We are. This is where we are. Yeah, maybe it's just too early to start this. What have I got today? Well, I've got Justsewsherrie, which is an oldie. I have got in fact, we'll do Justsewsherrie, then I'll go through what I've got. So, Justsewsherrie, I've been out this week, but actually I don't think anything mental happened particularly. I went up to visit some friends in the Northumbrian Hills, or the Northumberland Hills, whichever you want to call them. And it was really lovely to see them, but I don't think anything bizarre happened. Might often have forgotten because it's just run of the mill for me. I thought that was it. When I was with said friends, they were telling me, well, Tony, the guy, was telling me a tale from his past about something that just reminded me about something happened in my nursing days. Yeah, so in my previous life I was a nurse, but then I had a nasty accident and can't do that anymore, so I changed career and went on to do something very much on the dark side. So anyway, I'd just come on shift. It was, I think I was doing like a 12 till 8, like midday till 8 o'clock, and the phone rang. So I answered the phone. Hello, Auto On, can I help? And a chap says, hello there, I am ringing to find out about Mrs. Smith, we'll call her. I says, all right, okay, and who's calling? He says, it's Mr. Smith. I says, right, okay. I says, I've just come on, so I'll find out, just give me a moment. So covers the phone, says to one of the girls that's been on the morning, I've got Mrs. Smith's hubby on the phone. How is she? Fine, up. She's been sitting up, eating. She's sitting up. She's been dressed, eating and drinking. So it was a stroke unit I worked on. Eating and drinking. Had a nice lively morning. Right, okay. So it goes back and tells him that. He says, right, okay. He says, well, tell her I'll be in. Can't remember if he said later or tomorrow, but he says, tell her I'll be in. I says, I will, no problem. Puts the phone down, goes to see Mrs. Smith. I says, hello, Mrs. Smith, you alright? I've just had your husband on the phone. He's asking how you are. I've told him that you're doing quite canny. Quite canny means just nice, just hobbling along quite nicely. I've told him you're doing quite canny, that you've been up and sitting and eating and drinking and stuff. She says, well, pet, she says, I'm so pleased you've had my husband on the phone. She says, I haven't spoken to him for 20 years. He died 20 years ago. What? I says, I think, well, I don't know who I had on the phone then. She says, what did he say his name was? I says, Mr. Smith. She says, oh, that'll be my nephew. I was like, why introduce yourself as Mr. Smith to Mrs. Smith if you're not their partner? So, yes, that was me eating a little bit of humble pie and learning not to ever assume I know the relationship to one of our patients on the ward. So, yeah, nice conversation with a guy who's been dead 20 years. Well done, Sherrie. Luckily enough, she was absolutely fine with it. She took it in good humour and had a bit of a laugh with it. So I was so pleased, and I never did that again. I always said, and who are you to whoever it was I was talking about? What relationship is it that you have with her? Are you husband? Are you nephew? Are you dead? Are you alive? So that was today's old Justsewsherrie. So I have got, in the world of cross stitching, I have got a fully finish. I know. Oh, this is me. I'm thinking about starting a Let's All Finish with Sherrie channel, because I'm just on fire, absolutely on fire. I've got a fully finish. I've got a new start. I've got whips. And I've got not only a start and a finish, but it's a fully finish as well. Ta-da! Yeah, I haven't had any dodgy things happen for a while. Is it just that I haven't been using my hands? For anybody who's new here is wondering why I'm waving my hands around. For the first year or so, whenever I moved my hands, things would happen. But obviously that seems to have fallen out with me now. Hasn't happened for ages. So yes, I've got a start, a finish and a fully finish. Okay, where will we start? My throat's hurting. I feel like I've talked too much already. It's like it's really sore in there. Note to self. Don't talk too much. I wonder if, can your voice get like overworked? Like, you know, like a muscle. If you don't use it all the time, it goes away. I wonder if your voice is like that, because I've barely spoken to people all week, and then of course I was talking to Tony and Karen on Thursday, and now I'm chatting with you. So I wonder if it's just being overworked. Fully finish. Oh! This is my fully finish, and I meant to look up what it was and I forgot, and as if by magic I have found out what it was. So it is Vintage Tree by October House Fibre Arts. I love this. Well, obviously, but I really, really love this. So how have I done it? Batten? No, not batten. Like quilting stuff? Is that batten? No, I put some in my drawer. This stuff. So I got this stuff off Amazon, and what I've used in this is like a layer. So I prized off like a top layer of that because it's much thicker, the stuff that I got. So because the batten I've got is quite thin, I would have had to put quite a bit in. I did try it with batten first, and it didn't look right. So I've just put half a layer of that quilting wadding. Is it called wadding? Wadding. And then put it in. So I've taken the glass out of the frame, and that's how I've done it. I am thrilled with this. I really am. My nails as well. See, we're nearly there, guys. We're nearly there. For anybody who's joined us in the last sort of 6 months where I haven't mentioned my nails, I had them that built up gel or something like that. But I got sick of having to go to the shop and get them done, so I decided to just grow them out. So we're now at the point where it looks like I've just had tips put on my nails, and obviously that one looks awful. So you can see which hand I use more, because these ones have clicked and I've had to sort of pull off the ends. But so yeah, that's the story behind the nails. I know poor Nikki was heavily invested in them, in watching them grow. Nearly there, Nikki. Nearly there. Okay, that was my fully finish. My start, finish and fully finish. Ta-da! And this was something I commissioned for me, for my kitchen. So I've got a new kitchen. And it's stainless steel and Brazilian walnut, which I'm not fond of. I think I need to change the worktops. I just don't like them. Anyway. So my kitchen's going to be offset in grey, if you like. Stainless steel, basically. So grey to match the stainless steel. So I went on a hunt for some frames that I wanted to put in my kitchen. And after the frames were found, I went on a hunt for patterns to do. So this is Owl Forest Embroidery, and this is Vintage Kitchen. You can see where I am, can't you? Vintage tree, then Vintage Kitchen. Yeah, I was born vintage, I think, pretty much. So yes, I think I did it with graphite, and I did it in 32 count because I had to measure it and figure out what would fit. Now, I'm thinking about backtracking and going back to it, unfinishing it. Depends how much excess fabric I've got. Now, I did a Wally thing as well. So I counted it. It was 21 centimetres up. So I folded me fabric, found the centre square. I'm normally a top left starter, so starting from the centre is kind of unknown to me. But anyway, so I counted it was 21 up. Right, fine. So counts 21, stitches the said teapot, comes back to the frame, puts it in the frame, and thinking, that's not in the centre, I don't understand. It was like up here, basically. I was like, I don't understand what I've done. The teapot is 21 high. From the centre, I counted 21. That is not from the centre of the teapot, is it? It should have been 10. And breathe. And breathe, Sherrie, and breathe. So I was a little bit annoyed with myself. So it means that the teapot on the piece of fabric I've got is further towards the top. I did manage to sneak it in because I had plenty, well, just enough fabric to do that. But what I might do is go back and stitch a teacup underneath, so to have it as a taller thing. So anyway, I said it came from Owl Forest, didn't I? And I think I did it with graphite, Weeks Dye Works. So yeah, might backtrack and do something else with that. My new start, oh, I've just realised I haven't unzipped everything. Never mind. So my other new start is also for said kitchen. So this is the pattern it's from, Vintage Kitchen. So all I'm doing is I had a little look at this and picked out some of the motifs that I liked. Where's the teapot? There's the teapot, short and stout. Pick me up and pour me out. There you go. Nice little nursery rhyme to start the day on. So yeah, that's the teapot that I did. So there are cups on here, but right next to it is a cup. So as long as the fabric isn't too tightly pinched where I've framed it, yeah, I think I'll pull that out and start again. There we are, there's my new start. I'll get my board. Oh, and I haven't got a new clip to replace my clip from last week. I'm lying. I am totally lying. This isn't from Vintage Kitchen. I have got another one from there that I'm going to do. But this one, I can't find it. But it is from Textilly and it's called Coffee and Tea. And what I'll do is I will insert a photo of it as I'm talking, since I'm a proper tech whiz these days. So this is where I am on it. I love this. So I just need to put the tea underneath there, and I've done the bottom half. And then I need to come up and do the steam. And what am I doing it with? I ain't got a clue. Cottage garden threads. I am doing it with Tool Shed. And you can get the cottage garden threads from Rachel. She's at Talking Dog Stitchery. She's got them. So I'm doing it with that. I think it's going to look fabulous. And again, it's on a 32 count, 2/2, yes, 2/2. Should have said my little teapot was 2/2 as well. Again, it's to match the frame. This one is going in just this plain frame that I found. So, yes, these are my frame stitches. I love this. So Textilly is Laura, and she is on Flosstube, as well as being a bit of a designer, a bit of a lovely designer. So if you don't know, you should go and check her out. She's the prettiest girl on Flosstube, which means that obviously I hate her. I shouldn't say that. There's lots of other pretty girls on Flosstube as well. So they're my new starts, my start and finish, and volley finish, and my finish. Let's move on. Hey, we're trucking on this morning. This is on take one. Just realised this is on take one. It's probably why I'm messing up all over the place. So, I picked up this Mushroom Witch from Primitive Hair. I've got another challenge going on, as if I haven't got enough. I am trying to finish a whip a month, a Halloween whip a month, until October, so that I've got some finished. I suspect I'm going to fall along the way, because I haven't looked at all my whips yet. I'm just picking them out as I go. And I think some of them are going to be too big to finish. But so what I'm going to do is sort of adapt my challenge to say as much as I can do in a month. I will prioritise that as a Halloween stitch in a month and try and get a good chunk done. So this is where I am. I get hold of it. Oh, I need to get a new clip because I lost my clip last week, didn't I? It's out of me chair, thank goodness. So this is where I am. So when I picked it up, I was up to about here. So I've done this far. Now this is 40 count. It is either Confederate Grey, or what used to be Confederate Grey by Weeks, or what's that other one that I like? It's got the same name as the thread's got the same name. Gone. Totally gone. Hello menopause, how are you doing? Good to see you. Not. So yeah. It's either that or it's something else. And I'm doing it with the called for DMC. I've got, what have I got in here? I've got black, blick, and I have got whatever that is because I haven't got my glasses on. And I'm doing it on, as I've just said, 40 count. It's going to bug me. I'll put it here. I'll try and remember to put it here. I'm waving it myself so that I know when I look through I can see where I need to put it. Yeah, so I'm doing it with the called for DMC. It's tiny though, isn't it? I thought it was going to be a lot bigger. I know this is 40 count like, but it is really, really small. So that is that one. Right, I know I'm going to need to get another clip. So, right, I've got me a clip, another clip. So I'll need it for this one. And this one, I'm actually really excited to tell you about because, funnily enough, it's to do with fabric as well. So this is Modern Folk Embroidery, Forget Me Not, which is my legacy piece. Now, somebody asked me, did I answer this on the last one? I can't remember, but somebody asked me how I decided this was going to be my legacy piece. I think I did tell you last week. I'm pretty sure I did. I'm not going to go over it again. But basically, I liked it. It had Forget Me Not on and it was a Quaker. There you go. So, yes. And here we are. Now, talking about fabric. I don't know what that other one is. I've looked it up on Rachel's website and I still cannot figure out. So I might not be able to have put it in there. If I haven't put it in there, it's not because I've forgotten to do that. It's because I genuinely can't find the fabric. Anyway, this is anthracite. I found it. And the reason I found it, remember last week I said I was surprised I hadn't put my little note on the corner. Usually clip a little note on the corner to say what the fabric is. I had done that. It's the fact that I got a fat half and the bit with the thingy on is still sitting in my drawer. So I looked it up in my drawer and found. So I got anthracite is the fabric I'm doing this on. And threads wise it's 40 count, so I'm doing 1/2 with Weeks White Lightning and Gentle Art Suit. And there will be a third one that I'll add in. Ignore these two. I'm liking this, but he's coming out when I can be bothered. So, what have I done? Well, I finished this motif in a nutshell. So I was up to sort of half of this. So I've finished this, come down here and finished this, and I have started. This is quite a chunky. Well, it's quite chunky. It's bigger than that one. I'm just looking at the pattern. Because then underneath it is the biggest one, I think, in the row. So this is as far as I am. Fabric creases so easily though. I need to put some real time into this. I've been just putting a bit in at a time. It's starting to frustrate me that I haven't got anything substantial to show you. Because part of doing YouTubes was to get myself accountable. So I need to, oh God. I wonder why it's all creased. I'll have to go over there. I'll sort it out later. I'll sort it out when you've gone, okay? do me tidying up once you've had your cup of tea. Next one. Oh God. Yeah. This one. This one. This one is, of course, Whoa Stacy. Speaking of Geordie, so on about my third or fourth floss tube, there was a tree in Northumberland that was cut down. Sycamore Gap. A lot of you will know it, will have heard of it, will have heard about it at the time. You might have been around on my floss tube and remember me talking about it. So, was that just a thing down there? Sometimes. I do wonder. Anyway, so Sycamore Gap was made famous, world famous, because it was in the beginning part of Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, where the man, Morgan Freeman and Kevin Costner have a chat when they've just getting to Britain. Unfortunately, they've obviously just getting to Britain by the North Sea because Sycamore Gap's in Northumberland. But it was a tree that's really special, not only to me, but lots of other people. And what I'll do is actually, I'll talk about this for a minute. We'll come back to Stacy. Stacy will just sit just for a little while. It's a really, really special tree. It's on Hadrian's, well, it's not on Hadrian's Wall, but it literally was so far away from, not far, just so far away from Hadrian's Wall. And it was in a gap. So what I'll do is I'll put some photos in that I've taken along the way. And it's a tree that a lot of people they've scattered ashes at. They have made proposals at. They have just seen the tree grow with their family. So keep going back with their families. As the family gets bigger, the tree gets bigger, and the tree becomes part of the fabric of. Remember when we went to Sycamore Gap X time and did X. And it's very, very special to me. I was in a really bad place. I was in a really, really dark place, I should say. A few years ago now, and it was Christmas Day, and I didn't have the energy to be with people. I just couldn't. I wasn't in a state of mind to be civil, let alone, I just couldn't. I couldn't. So I spent Christmas Day at Sycamore Gap one year, and that's how it became. It was, obviously, it's a special place to lots of people, but that is my memory of how it became a really special place to me. So when it was cut down, I remember being so angry, much like a grieving process. The anger that hit me after the God no denial. I've never been so angry in a long time that somebody has taken something so personally from me. Yeah, it does, and it still feels like that. I still think, how could you do it? How could you do that? I just don't get it. So anyway, the culprits were caught, they were arrested, they were charged, and finally they went to court maybe last week or the week before, and each of them got 4 years, 2 months in prison. Personally, I don't think that's enough for the memories to come that they've stolen from people. And there might be other people who'll say it's just a tree. It's not just a tree, it's part of us. That was my tree, and it was everybody else's tree. It was your tree. It was the tree that people come from other countries to see. So angry. And I'm pleased they've got jail sentences. But and I'm not going to say the names of them because they don't deserve to live on. You know, the memory of Sycamore Gap will live on, not them. Yes, and that's how I feel. You can see I'm still really yeah. So that is that. So they have been punished with the punishment that because it went to Crown Court. Magistrate said it was too, because normally it's something that would have been dealt with at Magistrates Court, but they said it was something that they felt was needed Crown Court. So yeah, and basically, if you want to know why they did it, because they're arseholes is why they did it. They did it for a lark. That is not very larking to me. And they drove from Cumbria, so they drove for an hour and a half, at least, if not more, for a laugh. Just arseholes. Anyway, I might need to have myself a cup of tea in it and sit down before I carry on with this floss tube. I wasn't expecting that. I did mean to mention it to you, but I wasn't expecting it to be a bit like that. So there you go. Back to happier things. Stacy Nash doesn't get much happier than my memories that I've got of Cowslip Workshop and the retreats I've gone to there. So I still am doing. It's non-finishes, isn't it not? Pin keep at the bottom here, the little house. And 1, 2, 3. That bloody roof. Bloody roof. I am getting closer. I am closer and closer and closer. Nearly finished. It is nearly finished. So if you're new, it's done in straight stitches, 3 down, 3 across, and it's taken some doing. So yeah, so I've done all of the middle here and come up to the window, so I've just got that to do, but just got that means about 2 hours worth of work. So yeah, we'll get that finished soon. And what else have I done? Well, I've finished putting in the bricks down here, all the white of the house, and I haven't done some more. There's a couple more flower heads that need to go in here. And I've done some more of the Oscar, the grass on this side. Also done the candlestick and a little bit of this. So it is coming on. The next time you see this, it will be in my finishes. I hope. I'm sure it will. Sure it will. Oh yeah, I did a little bit more along here as well of the border. This is going to be a nice, easy finish. I'm telling myself I'm waiting to do fully finishes on the bag until this is done and I can do them all together. Yeah, no, maybe I'm just putting it off. This will be an easy finish though. This is just a pin keep. And it's been done on Blackberry Primitives Fossil with all of the Cold Four. And we got all of them as the workshop project. And I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. I was trying to think what that song is, but it's I will follow him. It's off Whoopi Goldberg, Sister Act. But I can't remember what it is. The memory has struck again. The memory just doesn't bother turning up to these parties, does it? It's like, oh, there's a floss tube, memory. Oh, I must go and have a cup of tea. Do you know what I mean? War Michelle. From War Stacy to War Michelle. Anne Burnhope. I've decided she's called Anne without an A. Anne Burnhope, 1895. I am loving this. I need to put some more dedicated effort into this as well. Had a week off on leave, and this one and my Modern Folk aren't ones that I've given all my attention to. But it's coming on, isn't it? So, where did I go? What did I do? Where did you come from? Where did you go? This has all been about the singing. Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? So, basically I didn't finish, but I have done this row here. Yes, I was halfway through the day, wasn't I? Because I was talking about going back and changing the colour. So I've done up to the end here, and the next borderline, I think I did one more of these, I might have. So I've done very little on this. I have touched it. I'm trying to think if this is the one I took outside. No, I don't think it was. But that's as far as I am. So not much update to show you guys. I have touched it, but that's pretty much all I've done. So this has been done on Antique White by Zweigart with Gentle Arts Schoolhouse Red, because according to Brenda, it's the best red in the world. I like Lancaster Red from Weeks Dye Works though. I do like the darker red. I love Schoolhouse Red, I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't. But yeah, mine's the darker reds I'm drawn to. I see this as having a very pink, a slightly pink hue to it. So it's heading down that. Can say like morphine, but you know what I mean, you know, like in a rainbow and it changes from one colour to the next. To me that's changing to have a pinky hue to it. So next one, what did I do on this? I will follow. Oh good God, I've done very little. I have done very little. Pot Sampler by Historical Sampler Company. How have I done this little? Oh, because I've been doing me teacups, haven't I? Wondering how have I done this little. So by Historical Sampler Company, and their pre-order is now open for their advent calendar box, which is amazeballs. I would run, because I think it's pretty much, it was 75% sold out the last I saw. So if you're interested, you need to go super quick and to get your grubby little hands on. Look at how much I haven't done on this. I've done a crown and I've done that. It's not even worth showing you. That's pathetic. I don't even know why I've put it in me done pile. I'm so embarrassed. If I'd spotted this before I'd said I was going to show you it, I probably wouldn't have bothered. But if I have done more on it, if it was a new start, I would have showed you it and said it's not much of a new start, but it's a new start. So I suppose it's not much progress on a whip, but it is progress. That's right. I think I had a frog in time. Started this and then had to frog. I got all the way to the bottom. Yeah, I did. And I had to frog all the way up here. I can see the marks. This is a big fat fail, but it's been done on Justsewsherrie Designs rustic sheep with 1/2. 40 count, 1/2. And I'm now going to hide that. I can't believe I've even put it in my whips. It's not good. It's not big and it's not clever, isn't it not? Oh. It is dark, dank, misty and bloody awful here. So I know for a fact I'm going to be in for a bit of a sore day. Right, where is this? Where is this? Actually, one moment. Sorry, I needed to take like a big long drink. So I just paused you for a second. So next one, Jardin Privé, Au fil d'une croix, something about bird boxes. So this one is bird boxes. It's a calendar of bird boxes, so each one is a month, represents a month in bird boxes. Is it bird boxes? Bird houses? Yeah, where's me? So we're getting to where I've spent most of my time this week. I have to confess, for having a week off leave, I'm a little bit disappointed in what I've done. God knows where my head's been, but it obviously has been in my stitching. So this one I have spent quite a bit of time on, but it might not look like it because I've basically gone backwards and done all the snagging. Because if I know if I leave it to the end, I will put it off and off and off and off until I absolutely am at the cutting point. So it's been done. I'm doing this. I can tell you who I'm doing this for because they don't watch. I'm doing this for me mum and dad for their Christmas present. So they've got loads of bird houses or bird boxes in their garden, and me and my sister bought them a stone bird bath a few years ago for Christmas. So I just thought it would be nice. They'll really appreciate it. And I think I've mentioned it before. When I showed it, I did a Springer Spaniel for them when I was only about 19, because we had a Springer. So that is too many years ago to count. Scouts here. I haven't seen a scout for a while, any kind of cat for a while. But I don't know if you just heard him there howling. Anyway, so that was when I was 19, so it was 30, 31, 32 years ago. And it's still up in their living room. They just won't take it down. It's still there. So I know they'll appreciate this. So basically I have gone back and I've done all of the snagging bits. So I've put the beaks in. I have put flowers in along here. I'm not sure if that's meant to be hyacinth, I think. And then this one, I haven't gone back and it's got white in, so I assume snowdrops. And then daffodil. And then this is a green thing. It's a green thing. And all I could figure out was, because can you see it's got these little things. I wondered if these were meant to be like buds, like just starting to grow in March. Finished the heart here. Don't know what this is, I'll be honest, don't know what this flower is. This is a bird upside down. I don't think he's got back stitching. I put in the gold around the hat. I finished the duck just about. He just needs his eyes in and then the back stitch. I'd only done not even his head at our house up to about here. So I've done the duck, put his bill in and all of his body. I've done this, what do you call it? It's not a plank of wood, it's not a spoke either, that's what you get on a bike. What's this called? Someone help us? Yeah, alright, thanks. I've got no idea what it is, can't remember. It's a bit of wood. Post, fence post. That's it, I got there, thank you. Fence post. And I came up here and I finished the house. Oh, and I went back as well and put all of these like grey bits in along the underneath. So as much as I haven't moved forward, it doesn't look like I've increased. I have done quite a lot of this. I've pretty much gone back and finished everything that needs to be done. other than I need to put another cloud in, and I need to do the back stitch. There's some back stitch along here and their little legs. I haven't put their little legs in yet. So I'm pleased with the progress that I've made though. Although, like I say, it doesn't look like I've moved forward much. I have done a lot. And this has been done on, is it 36 count cypress? Where's my gaps? I will follow him wherever he may go. Fibre on a whim, 36 count cypress. Sorry about the singing interludes. I was singing all morning last week as well, wasn't I? And that was because I got me lovely present of Anne with an E. Don't know why I'm singing this morning then. Just I'm excited to see her, I suppose. It's been a whole week. A whole week. So yes, I should have said 36 count cypress, 1/2. Alright. I've got no gifts this week, you know. Not even an auto ship. Not a thing. Although I am nearly this far at the point of ordering using my gift. Oh, my man's out. He's out. Oh, he's got his phone, he's got his cigarette. He looks quite chirpy this morning. He obviously isn't hungover. He's still in his goonie like. So what was I saying there? Can't remember what I was saying. Sorry. Too excited. Our man's here. It's all exciting stuff. So last whip. And she is my glorious Bella Filipina Gaia, the Earth Goddess. So after saying last week, I think it was time that this and Winter Queen were really starting to get done. This is where I have spent the majority of my week. I spent 2 full days on her. And I now need to do some frogging. I haven't forgiven her yet, so I haven't frogged it yet. So, what did I do? Keeping an eye on me man, just in case anything exciting happens. I wonder if that's what it is. I wonder if that's why his wife sends him outside, so that I can keep an eye on him when she's bloody sick of doing it. Yeah, go and see that mad woman over the back. She'll keep you right. Okie doke. What have I done? Well, I came and did all of her hair, all down here. I then put in the start of her headdress, and this is where I need to frog some of this green. Is a different colour. I was so frustrated with this. So frustrated. And I'll show you why. So not only are you getting my wonderful singing, you're getting my fabulous artwork today as well. These 2 symbols. When they are this big, look exactly the same. And they are not. Why would you put them together? Just why would you put them? In fact, that's not even right because they're touching. The real ones are touching. Like, really? Don't do this to a man. So yes, so half of this, I've done it sort of all in one of the greens I've done it in should be 2 separate colours. I am not best pleased about that. And if you're going to use two symbols that are virtually identical, don't put them together. Just don't, please, don't. Just don't do it. It's not big and it's not clever. So yeah, so this needs to be frogged. I've started putting her face in. So I've done one of her. I'm not doing 1 over 1. I'm just going to do the normal over 2 and we'll see what it looks like. I came down here and I have finished all of this, all the green and the leaves that needed putting in and all the white that needed putting in. So I've done that. The only thing left to go on here now is Krynic and beads. The reason I haven't done it isn't because I don't like working with Krynic. I'm absolutely fine with Krynic. I can manage it, no bother. It's because I don't have it and I don't understand why, because I'm sure I would have bought this kitted, but it's only got 2 Krynic and it should have 4. And it hasn't got there's a Karen Water Lily espresso. It hasn't got that in either. Oh, that's what I was talking about before. It's just come back to us. Because I'm virtually at the point of making my order from 123 Stitch with my wonderful voucher that I got off Elizabeth, Ladybird and Bees, for my birthday. And I was hunting in the UK for somewhere that had all of the Krynic and the Karen Water Lilies, so that I didn't have to order this Krynic from this shop, that Krynic from the other, a Karen Water Lily from somewhere else. And I can't find anywhere that has got all of them. I can find them all in the UK separately, but I don't want to order just one Krynic. I always think it doesn't make it worth like the shopkeeper's while. So anyway, I went out to 123 Stitch as well to see if I could get them on there and just get them all sent. So when I get the Krynic, that is all that needs to go on here, and the beads. So I'm pretty happy with that I've got everything I need to do thread wise is done. I then came down here and I've come, not that bit hasn't done. Right, I came down here first and I filled in all of this. So there was some of the lighter yellow and then there was like a beige dot dictionary insert, a beige colour. This was like a paler sort of beige colour, and then there is the white that I put in, and then over here I came in and put the yellowy in, and now I've moved over and started working because I was doing this bit, so I've come over here with the same colours to do that bit. So I am pleased with it. Really, really pleased with it. I said it before and I'll say it again. It's this line of our body just looks so elegant. Just love it. So I'm doing this on 32 count daffodil even weave with 2 over 2 using all the called for. Isn't she fabulous? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful lady. And that, ladies and gentlemen, children, anybody else, is all my stitching for the week. So what have we got? We have got answer to the question from last week and question of the week for this week. And our final thought, and is that it? I think that's it. Okay, I'm just going to move these out the way. So question of the week from last week was from me, and it was, how the hell do you attach pom-poms? And I was struggling with stitching on the fabric. Oh yeah, I'll just show you. I wasn't going to pick it up because it's in my sewing machine. But firstly, quite a lot of people suggested using fusible fabric. So I've done that. I have put it on. It's so much more sturdy to be able to stitch with. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I did know this and I had completely forgotten because I have got yards of fusible fabric. Oh, when I say yards, I mean yards of fusible fabric to obviously put onto all my cross stitch patterns. I had totally forgotten how to use it. I'd totally forgotten I even had it. So massive thank you to those. There was always somebody who's always not. Also, Jesus Christ, Sherrie. This word thing, I'm telling you, it's so hard. There was also a lady said she stitches some fabric onto the edges so that when she starts, because I was saying it was pulling the fabric under, so she was saying she attaches some fabric so that when she starts, if it does get any problems with it, it's on the linen, or like on the extra fabric, not on the linen that you've chosen. Was it somebody else? Oh yeah, also check my needle. My needle might need changing. This is a very good point. I know nothing about sewing machines, so I'm going to have to figure out how to change needles. It's bound to be a YouTube tutorial for it, I hope. So there was that. A lot of people said that they just literally put it in here like this. I had it the wrong way around the first time. Put it in here like this with your second one on and just sew it. That was what I tried and it just wasn't happening. But whether that was because I couldn't get the fabric, the linen in, I don't know. There was a couple of suggestions about holding it in place. So someone said use double-sided tape that quilters use to keep the pom-pom in place while you stitch it. Someone else said tack it, and somebody else said fabric glue. I knew there was something, fabric glue, to keep it in place while you stitch it. And then I think, I don't want to say the majority of people, but I think that, you know, there was as many stitches about sewing it as there was about, machine sewing it as there was to hand sew. So they all said that they stitch it into place afterwards. It also means that it covers the join. So wherever you've stitched it, it won't show up anyway, or however you stitched it. And as for the YouTube tutorial, Helen D. Helen D is the place to go, apparently. I haven't been and checked it out yet, but I've seen Helen's tutorials before and they're fab. So I'm going to go along and have a watch of that and see what I get from that. So massive thank you to everybody who told me how they do theirs. So this week's it's for me again. And we've had this conversation many times, how hacky lazy I am. And I was thinking about, what was I doing? I can't remember, I was stitching something this week. And I was thinking about carrying threads. If I can get away with carrying a thread, I kind of sometimes do. Depends what mood I'm in, and it depends where I am on the stitch. So, for example, something like Gaia, I wouldn't carry a thread in the beginning. I would always try and tie it off in the beginning, because when you come into the later stitches, to have to fight through all the threads you've carried is difficult. So I don't carry threads in the beginning very much. Towards the end, when I'm getting a bit sick and a bit hacked off and just want it finished, I do tend to get lazy and start and carry threads. If there's nothing sort of in the way of it, if all the stitching's been done, I can carry a thread. When I was talking to Sarah Stonehouse at Cowslip Workshops earlier this year, she not hand sews, what do you call it? Like, she doesn't put it in a hoop or anything like that. She just does it in hand. And I'd said to her, can I watch you? Because I know how you do, like, you can do like stitches after the next. It's really easy to sort of put your needle through and up and through and up and through and up. That's easy. But when you start and need to carry it, you need to move your hand over the way and count it. And I couldn't figure out how you do that when you're doing it. What the hell do you call it? Well, with it not in a hoop or a frame or anything like that. And she says, well, I don't want to carry it. And I says, but like, what, any of it? And she said she never carries 3 or more stitches. Once it gets to 3 stitches, she ties it off and starts again. And I was like, oh, all hail, bow down to the stitcher who stitches properly, not like me, just trying to get through it and make it look half decent. So my question to you is, do you carry threads, and if so, how far will you go? I tend to go 2. If I can get away with it, probably 5, because I'm a bit naughty. I would probably go 5 stitches. I would carry 5 stitches. Depending on where I am emotionally in the stitch. So whether I'm at the beginning, I want it all neat and tidy, or whether I'm at the end and I've kind of given up caring, I just want it finished, I would definitely carry over 5. Over 6, I'm pushing it. Do you carry stitches? And if so, how far? And does it depend on how you're stitching it? Is it, let me know whether you're stitching in a hoop or if you're stitching, the hell's it, in hand, that's what it's called. If you're stitching in hand, because I'd be curious to see if, like, loads of people say, oh no, I don't carry more than 3, and I'm stitching in hand, that would be the same as Sarah. So I'm curious, how much do you carry over? How many stitches do you carry over? And are you all going to make me feel really bad for carrying over like 5 stitches? Or is everybody like, oh no, I carry over 10, and that'll make me feel much happier? So that is question of the week for this week. No, what you call it? Purchases? No gifts this week? Nothing like that? Forward plans? I'm back at work on Monday, so it'll be back to my normal sort of stitching. Have I got any new starts planned? Don't think so. I need to get the Mushroom Witch. I need to get some good progress on her to keep up with me challenge. Other than that, try and carve out some time on either my Modern Folk or Michelle's, because I can feel on Michelle's, I can feel the drag kind of coming. So I need to revitalise my love for it, and I think the only way I can do that is by getting a good amount of progress, to be able to look at it and go, oh yeah, she's beautiful. Like, I've done more, do you know what I mean, to look at it. So that's what I've got planned. I'm not doing Midsummer Stitch today. I did think about it. But no, I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to sit in my own little stitchy chair and do my stitching. And somebody did ask for how I do, what my stitchy setup's like. So I'll do something on that when I do me stitching organisation and craft room tour. I'll do something about that there as well. And somebody else asked for me stitchy setup in the garden, because I quite like stitching in the garden. So that'll be interesting to show you, because I've never done that before. So I'll have a look at that. Anyway, so they're all things for the future. So let we finish with our final thought of the week, or my final thought of the week it is. So because of the Sycamore Gap tree thing and all of the memories that I was saying people have made with the tree and has been ripped away from future memories, this week's inspirational quote is about memories. Don't know who it's by, but it says, "The best memories of our life can never be captured in pictures. They are always captured by the heart." Bye for now.